Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 different things successful young medical students do. Let's get started. So the first thing that successful young medical students do is they pick the right resources. And the word right resources means it's right resources for them. For example, when people study for pathology, there are some certain pathology textbooks and some certain videos and lectures that people usually recommend for pathology, right? But some other people, they don't really like them, but they still do it because it's the bestseller or it's the best ones that people recommended. But even though they don't work with them, they still are stuck with them. So successful med students, they don't do that. Instead, they keep trying different resources. If this one does not work, they try another one. If they don't really get what this professor is saying, they listen to another professor until they get what they want from the professor, which is exactly understanding what is going on. If it's a disease process, exactly understanding the disease process and exactly learning the material properly, right? So this is the first thing that most successful medical students do, which is they don't get stuck on one resource. They try and try and try until they get the best they could. If you're studying the heart, right? Heart anatomy, heart physiology, the best people to listen to are cardiology specialists. For example, Dr. Jason Ryan, the author of Borz and Beyond, he has a lot of videos for med school, right? It's like a big library. But in fact, he's a cardiologist, and the best subject he explains is cardiology. So it's best to listen to Jason Ryan or Borz and Beyond just for cardiology, and to look for example, renal system, to look for other professors that specialize in renal, because these people really studied the kidneys and the heart in every single way it could possibly be studied, right? So best listen to the people of specialty whenever you're studying cardiology, renal, pharmacology, etc. The second thing successful young medical students do is they don't compare to themselves to their peers when it comes to med school exam marks or step exam marks. Even residencies, when they're choosing applicants for their residency spot, they don't really, they look at the scores. There is a threshold, of course, that you need to pass. But as soon as you pass a specific score, you shouldn't compare yourself to different people. You should try to learn and maximize your learning of medicine, not just learning of the exam or a specific exam, right? So it's very understandable that you could compromise med school exam results for better learning experience. So it's completely understandable even for residency program directors. They know exactly that exam scores do not necessarily translate into a successful residency physician, because there are a lot of factors that come into play when these scores come. So don't beat yourself up if you screwed up a test or you screwed up an exam or something. It really doesn't matter when it comes to the big picture of you being a physician. And you should take this into consideration if you want to be successful. Point number 4, do not force yourself to study for longer hours. That's the most stupid goal, or the stupidest goal I've ever seen in my life, when somebody's main purpose is to just increase the number of hours he's studying. Okay, that's stupid, because when you're trying to do that, you're going to compromise the quality of your studying. You're going to sit down, I know a lot of people who just sit down, read, write notes, etc., and they don't learn anything, right? But they're considered studying, many hours or 10 hours a day. So it's not a good goal to have in your mind. Instead, the good goal is to increase the quality of your studying as much as you can. And over time, you will see that you are progressing without forcing yourself to progress. You're just going to progress naturally. Your brain is going to be able to sit down for many hours later on. If you just focus on increasing the quality of your studying and just leaving your desk whenever you feel that you're not focused or you're not completely into the thing that you're reading or studying or learning, that's exactly what you should do. Instead of just, forcing yourself to sit down and study, and you're going to compromise your learning. Okay, and not only your learning, you're going to compromise a lot of important things, different things, different aspects in your life. Okay, and it's not healthy. The last point, or the last thing that successful young medical students do, is exercise and diet. And I know, guys, this is gonna sound cliche, but trust me, what goes in goes out. If you want to maximize your medical school potential, or you're gonna be the best medical student you can, you need to take into account that you need to improve other aspects of your life. I know a lot of medical students, their only plan to succeed in med school is just to study longer hours. And as I talked about in the last point, it's not a good goal, right? And also just trying to grind without exercise and diet, it's just also not a good plan. So you need to take into consideration that exercise and diet increases the potential that you have to succeed in med school. I can't stress that enough. And it's not just a cliche, right? Because there's a lot of research that supports this instance here. Andrew Huberman said that neuroplasticity decreases after age 24. It starts declining, and cognitive functions in the brain, cognitive brain functions start declining after age 25. And the only thing that stops the declining or the declination of the cognitive function is exercise. Can you imagine? Exercise is the only thing that could prolong your ability to have neuroplasticity and to learn skills and to learn subjects, medicine, okay? So exercise and diet is not a cliche, it's a necessary thing if you want to be a complete medical student or any learner whatsoever, okay? So these are the 4 main things that I think successful med students do, and here it comes at the end of the video. Please like and share if you like this video, and comment. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the